Hi everyone. If you're struggling with overeating and binging this time of the year, and especially around Christmas, you want to make sure you watch this video as I'll be sharing some quite helpful mindset shift tricks that will help you get through Christmas with no problems and make Christmas a little bit more enjoyable. So if you don't know me, my name is Milda and I help women overcome emotional eating and tricky relationships with food. Majority of Western world these days may say, oh, well, around this time of the year, around the festive season and Christmas, I do find that people might say, oh, I shouldn't have this, or I'll just have one, or this is so naughty, I really shouldn't be having this. So in this way, we're really creating quite a bit of a layer there that's a layer of deprivation. So in this way, we're saying these foods are bad, so I shouldn't be having them. And in the same way, we create quite a bit of guilt around that. Now, why this doesn't quite work around Christmas is because there's quite a lot of temptation. And of course, there's more sweet foods. And of course, there's foods that are richer than we normally would have. And it's absolutely normal to have foods and have foods for pleasure and enjoy them. But it's the moment we get in, the moment we create that extra layer of guilt, it's when it becomes a bit more dangerous for us. So, and what I mean by that is that I often see women every time, including that with that guilt, there are also some black and white attitude starts to come in. And what I mean by that is sometimes it may be, well, I should, I already had this piece of cheese, so I might as well just carry on and have the rest of it. So it's like, what happens is instead of having one mince pie, we end up having the whole box. And instead of having a couple of mince pies through the week, we actually end up having a box almost every day in the run up to Christmas. So you can see what that little bit of guilt can instigate and can create. So the issue is, what can we do instead? So the truth is, the only way we can remove guilt is saying to ourselves, okay, these foods aren't bad, these foods are okay, and I can have them, and I can enjoy them. And in that way, we're really removing that extra layer of guilt. So instead of having let's say, feeling quite guilty and stressed and going straight for these foods, imagine that you create that little bit of space between you and that food. And then in that short period of time, you may ask yourself, am I hungry? Is this really the food that my body wants? Really trying to tune in with the body and trying to recognize these signals. So if you really feel like, okay, this is something that I do want, instead of feeling really stressed and guilty about having it, just try and take time with it, relax around that food, try to tune into all of your senses, the smell, the taste, the texture, and chances are that actually after one or two, you won't really want more. And this is where that difference really comes in, that mindset shift that can help you, have one mince pie instead of a whole box through the evening. So some people may say, okay, but shouldn't I be feeling guilty about these foods because, they're unhealthy or bad, and I should be feeling guilty even having one. So the truth is that, yes, some of these foods may be a little bit higher in nutrition, a little bit higher in calories or so. And just remembering that it is winter, most people will probably put on 2 or 3 kilograms or something around that this time of the year. And because we're constantly socializing, there's more happening. There may be a little bit of weight fluctuation for majority of people. Now we're exercising much less. There's more social engagements. There's more stress. There's more rushing around. So what happens if we decide that those 2-3 kilograms, really this isn't okay and I have to take action and I have to change something about this now? What happens is we take action and we put ourselves on a really restrictive diet and we go to HIIT training every day after full-time work and really exhausted. So really sort of pushing our system and health and metabolism a little bit over the edge. Now, what would happen if you didn't take action and you just carried on eating nutritious, balanced foods, trying not to rush the process and just working with moderate levels of physical activity, just like perhaps things may have been in November, let's say? What would happen? Within 3 weeks to a month, your weight would normalize by itself. But it's when we start to create that tension and stress and guilt, this is when we take action and actually get into a cycle of messing with our metabolism and health. So I hope this is helpful, and hope you have a much better Christmas this year, and trying to remember to always create a bit of space between you and that food item. And if you need a little bit of help with that, and all of this sounds like a bit of a foreign concept, do get in touch. I do offer free discovery sessions where we can talk about your goals, situation, and next steps. And so, like I said, message me or email me, milda@nutritionpath.co.uk. And see you soon.